Holy shit, dude! You've been mowing your lawn for like 3 hours. Your lawn ain't that big. Your lawn ain't that big. It's okay. Yeah, it's camo hat day. It's also camo shorts. I don't know if you can see camo. Can you see camo shorts? Camo shorts, not matching camos. Camo shorts. My underwear is not. I think I wore my camo shorts pretty much for like 5 straight days while I was sick. A lot of camo though. A lot of camo down here in Florida. It is like 65 degrees out. It is gorgeous. There's a nice breeze. It's been like in the high 80s all week. So this is our only cold day. And of course that means that jerk next door is out there cutting his lawn for like 3 or 4 hours. And I don't know how much grass he has, but he's been using that blower for like 45 minutes. So I don't know what the hell he's doing over there. He's annoying me. Plus, for almost 3 hours around the corner somewhere, but close enough I could hear it. Holy shit, dude. Get off my lawn. For three straight hours, a car horn was going off as if somebody was leaning on it. Like it wasn't like an alarm beeping; it was literally a car horn for 3 straight hours. And then about 5 minutes ago, I heard it just stop, and I'm hoping the battery died. So, but I got this guy mowing his lawn. I had the other guy was mowing the lawn over here. It's just. I hire people to mow my lawn, you know what I'm saying? He's walked my driveway 15 times blowing leaves off my driveway. Grass off my driveway. I get it. It's grass. Oh, what the fuck? I'm here. Exactly. Hey, Peter Marsh. From the famous Marsh Pit. Down in Texarkana. Where is she going? So one of the cops' wives over here, is walking around today. She's a chunky blonde. Quite attractive. And we got a guy like 3-4 houses down the other side of the street. He has these those two like little white dogs. I don't know what they are. They're just like little white dogs. Like little fur balls. And they bark at everything. And he has them in the garage. He has the garage door open. And they're in a cage. This big cage is like half the garage. And they just sit there and bark at people or cars when they come by. They bark at everything. Apparently they got out. Because I saw the two little dogs running. And then I saw her out there picking up the dogs. And then she apparently walked them back. And now she's coming back. So there you go. It has been a while, Peter. We've been talking crap about you for like a month and a half. Maybe less. Got important stuff to talk about today. So today I am not sick. Finally, I feel much better. I don't know if it was con crud last week. I don't know if I had COVID for the third time. I don't know if it was a head cold. I don't know if voodoo doll stuff. Something happened. And I was sick all week. And there was a couple of days where I was just awful. I could not sleep. It was just bad. So, today I woke up better. I still got a little snot in my nose, but you can easily blow that out, pick that out. That's not a big deal. I don't have, my head doesn't feel like it's bigger than it is, and my head's pretty big to begin with. God, buddy, just enough. Are you like blowing the grass to one side of your lawn and then blowing it back? Is this fun? Do you not like your wife so much you don't want to go in the house? If you get COVID for a fourth time, do you get a free sandwich? I believe you do. There's a punch card. There's a punch card they give you. I think down here in Florida, I think 4 is just a free soda. It's just a medium 12 ounce. I think you got to get it 8 times in order to get the free half sub. You know, if it happens, it happens. Did he stop? Did he finally stop? It's like he keeps stopping and then he starts again. I'm like, well, what do you... Just finish. Again, we pay somebody to come out here and cut our lawn. A guy came this morning to spray for weeds and stuff. The company we use, that guy is such a jerk. My wife finally was just like, I'm calling somebody else. So she called somebody else. So he came and gave us an estimate. My thing is, I don't care how much you say you're going to charge me. I'm not doing it. He's telling me, explaining grass to me and stuff. I'm like, yeah, just give me a price and I'll give it to my wife and she'll say yes or no. And that's pretty much how we're gonna work this, buddy. You're not selling me on anything. It's like when me and my wife go to buy a new car, and I just sit there, look bored, play on my phone, and the salesman is always talking to me. He's like, well, what are you looking for in a car? I'm like, I don't know. And then I just put my head back down. Because she makes all the decisions. I don't want to make any decisions. I don't care. We did this when we bought the Expedition. You know, we bought a brand new Expedition with like 5 miles on it. And they just talked to me the whole time. And she was getting annoyed, but she knew it was good because I was just like, they were like, what about this on a price? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And then I'm back on my phone. We were very similar. Exactly. There's a great meme. It's like, why do men like strong women or something like that? And the thing is basically like, I'm not the one who's gonna say there's mayonnaise on my sandwich or something like that, you know? And that's exactly right. Anytime I have a problem, we do anything, I'm like, honey, can you fix this? I've been saying for like 3 years, I'm like, hey, I'm running out of my Rebelsis. And she's like, okay, I mean, God forbid you get in your car and drive to Walmart and pick up your prescription. I'm like, as long as we understand what's going on here. So yesterday she went and she got my prescription. Peter, you will see when you come to MondoCon that she is firmly in charge, and I am firmly happy with that. I make no decisions. The only decision I make in life is what we're going to watch next, and only because she doesn't want to do it. Plus, I give her the controller. Last night, I gave her the controller, and I'm like, listen, I'm still a little. I'm sitting over here. Put something on. We have a million things taped. Put something on. She put something on, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, why are we watching commercials? She's like, what? I said, fast forward through the commercials. And she's like, oh, I keep forgetting because you do this. And then I'm like, oh, she's like, here's the controller. I was like, you know what? Tonight, you do it. But then it was getting annoying. Kind of like when she drives. I don't want to drive, but then I'm going to bitch when she gets too close to people or she's not paying attention. Hey, Detective Ryder in the house. Have to be Monday to you as well. What am I watching right now? We watch the same crap over and over. We tape a lot of investigation discovery shows. My wife loves that stuff. I do too. But it has to be shows that the killer is caught. She's very upset when we watch shows and they never find out. But I automatically, when it comes on, I automatically go, all right, the husband did it. He's having an affair, and they're not going to catch her killer for 14 years, something like that. And it's always pretty much the same formula for people killing people. So we watched one last night. The guy went like 35 years before he got caught. He was already like in his 70s or something. I watch a lot of Curse of Oak Island. I know Skinwalker Ranch is coming back, I think, tomorrow night. And I watch that and scream and yell. I watch Destination Unknown, is that what it's called? The Josh Gates thing. And then the X one with Jessica Chobot. Watch that one. I'll watch World War II Nazi subs. I'll watch anything like that. All the Bigfoot shows, I don't believe in any of that crap, but I love watching the bullshit that they put you through. Have you ever watched Mindhunter? Yes, loved it. Wish it would come back. There's Nick Zinn. Nick, are you photographing today? Are you delivering Subway subs? Or are you taking pictures of Subway subs? We all want to know. So yeah, there's a bunch of... So, have you seen it? There was a show on... It was on Prime, I believe. Popping in at the dentist, waiting for... I'm going to guess that's Novocaine. It's supposed to be Novocaine to kick in. I'm guessing that Novocaine did not kick in yet. Detective Writer again, happy Monday all. Just keep throwing that out there every few minutes. So everybody knows it's a happy Monday. Novocaine, yes. Good. Make sure when you're really, really loopy, that's when you start talking. That's when you start answering questions. I was going to say something. I forgot now. I got all excited because Nick's going under the knife. So, obviously, if you are coming to MondoCon, you should have gotten an email this weekend. Happy Metal Monday. Exactly. So, it will all be good. I don't know what's going on. I keep dropping. I go like... I had 3 viewers, then I had 10. Then I had 4, then I had 8. Then I have 3. People jumping and going. I paid for my air management. Yep. Camo hat must be going to Callahan, right? I'm also wearing camo shorts. I'm not going to Callahan, although I might be. I might be because I got Peter Marshall. I got to drop off the package. And even though the post office across from the Budweiser factory is much closer for me, driving out to Callahan is a much nicer ride. So I might be going out to Callahan this afternoon. So you got to represent, you got to wear your camo. This hat was given to me by one of the vendors that works with my wife a couple months ago when we were up there, and they were doing a walkthrough for like some $500,000 project or something. I'm just sitting in the car playing on my phone. He walked up and he's like, "Are you a hat guy?" Literally, I was wearing a hat at the time. And I say, "Yeah?" And gave me this hat. It's his company, whatever his company is. What is the deal with Callahan? Callahan is the greatest redneck city in the world. And I mean that redneck in a good way. I don't mean it like in a negative way. It is that Mayberry little town where they get excited because they just got a Popeyes and a like some other fast food place. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody wears camos. Everybody has a pickup truck. Everybody is nice as can be. You walk into any restaurant in there, they got some really good local restaurants. That's usually where we go. Cedar Creek, we go for our seafood. We go there. Excuse me. And their combo platters are delicious. And it's just a nice place. That's where we're eventually going to buy. Me and my wife are looking. Once the prices come down a little more, we're going to buy some land out there. We want like a dozen acres. Ideally, I would like a pond on those dozen acres. And then we are going to build our dream house. And we're going to put tiny houses. We're going to put 4 or 5 tiny houses on the property across the lake. Then when I do MondoCon, I can invite like 30 people. And we want to do like a big area for cookouts and all kinds of stuff. Not a shooting range though. We did see property years ago, but it was too much. But it abutted a river. It had a pond on it, and it had a river, and there was also a like a building for if you wanted to fish and then cut up your fish and stuff. I'm not a fisherman. I go to Publix and I buy my fish. Free hat equals best hat. Yeah, those are the best hats. Look at Nick Zinn using the back coach. All right, Nick. Ooh. I just broke, look. And it's so metal now. I just broke the middle one on my finger. That freaking hurt. Ow. Ow, Nick, thanks. Hope my wife's not on. She's going to be so upset I broke it. I'm upset I broke it. I mean, it's still good with 4 little scratchy fingers, but 5 is, 5 would be better. All right. So that's Callahan. Callahan is a wonderful little city. I'm a fan. That's where we want to, that's where we want to move. 5 fingers are better than 4. Here's what I know. 5 Finger Death Punch is an awful, awful band. There you go. There you go. One of my daughter's old boyfriends was a huge 5 Finger Death Punch fan. Bye, Nick. Thanks for popping in, man. Good luck with all that Novocaine. Remember, if you wake up with a scar where your lung used to be or a kidney, that's not what they do in a dentist's office. So maybe question something. And he loved 5 Finger Death. He was like, oh, no, you got to listen to this song. You got to listen to this. And I'm like, that's awful. Just awful. You have a good 80s, 90s metal band for me to listen to. How metal do you want it? Do you want... I mentioned Cyclone Temple the other day, which is a great thrash band that hardly anybody heard from Chicago. I Hate, Therefore I Am is their best album with the best singer, but is not on Spotify. That's a good one. Yeah, guy wearing the 5 Finger Death Punch shirt at all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm like, really? Of all the bands in the world, 5 Finger Death Punch? Or the douchebag who was wearing a 9 Inch Nails shirt. Oh, no, wait a minute. That was Todd. Forget it. Mr. Shadow Paradox. Hi. How's it going? How's it going for you today? Now it says I have 1 viewer. This thing's really crazy. I don't get it today. I think it is me. I don't even know what you're even saying there, Peter. It says I have a good connection. The one person watching. Yeah, all these other people are popping in, but they're not doing good. Working on turning my generalized script for my horror film into the final script. Good luck with that. Very cool. I am maybe going to write some words today, although at this point it doesn't feel like it. At this point it feels like I'm going to just talk a lot. Which is fine. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. Because I'm finally not sick. I finally feel good. I've had a busy morning. The guy came to talk about how to, he wanted to spray the grass. Fine. My wife came home from work to pick up her laptop to go over to her mom's, to work from her mom's today. There's so much going on. At least someone isn't sick. Hopefully, Tom, this is your last day. I think you were like a day behind me. So hopefully today will be your last day. Even better is if you are at work and you get everybody else sick. That would also be good. Yesterday was awful, feeling a bit better today. Yeah, the day before for me was awful. And then Saturday was awful. Sunday I felt a little better. So that might be where you are. I only had a runny nose by the end of the day. Yeah, Saturday was bad. I laid on the couch. I was reading. I'm reading Anna O is the book. I don't know the author. Everybody was talking about it on Goodreads, people like bigger authors that I know. So I started it, and it's really good. It's different. It's basically a woman kills her two best friends and then falls asleep, and she's been asleep for like 4 years. But it's pretty good. I laid on the couch. Is anyone out there? Since I only have one viewer right now, so who knows what's going on. Anybody a fan of comedian Dave Attell? I watched his new special on Netflix. Had some funny moments. He's not as funny as he used to be. He's more of just angry now. But I also watched the 3-part that Dave Attell and Jeff Ross did together. That was pretty good as well. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to watch anything stupid. I just want to watch something funny. Because I wanted to watch, now I know what I was talking about way before. I watched his show on Comedy Central years ago. Yeah, that was great. Insomniac with Dave Attell. That was a good show. I had started talking, I think, and then Nick jumped in. I had started talking about Beacon 23. I watched the first season. I really liked it. And now it says, oh, April, whatever, second season. I go on Prime. I go to watch it. Well, no, it's not on Prime. It's on some other channel that you got to pay like $3 a month to watch or something. And I'm like, this is bullcrap. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to watch it. I'll just wait until it drops on Prime at some point. I hate when they do that. I don't want to pay any more. I don't want to get all these freaking apps. I pay enough for freaking cable, and I got Netflix and Prime, and that's enough. Enough already. I like the show he had when he just went out all night and got hammered. Yeah, that was in Insomniac. That was a great show. He doesn't drink anymore. That's the other thing now. Doesn't drink. No more alcohol for him. Moody Abigail lurking. Appreciate you lurking as usual. I like it. That does make a difference. Yeah. Dude, I liked your comedy better when you were drunk all the time. Jeff Ross in that 3-part thing with him, the two of them bumping mics, I think it's called, drunk the whole time. It was great. It's from several years ago, though, because they talk about Trump still being president, and Bruce Willis makes an appearance, and he's still... Bruce Willis plays the harmonica. And Gilbert Gottfried's still alive. And the guy from Full House. What's his name? Yeah. He's still alive, and he's in it as well. Paul Rudd is in it, although Paul Rudd's still alive. Bob Saget, thank you. I knew somebody was going to throw it out there. Yep, Bob Saget was in it. Good stuff. I'm gonna try to write, but also I got to say one more. I got to say one more thing. In case you didn't know, you got this. In case you didn't know, I think even if you live in a cave, you would know this. The new Taylor Swift album came out. Okay, the reason I know this is not because my 13-year-old niece told me, although she's very, very excited, obviously. But because for some reason, every horror author, middle-aged white man, is talking about it and giving their opinion on where Taylor Swift, where the album went wrong, and where it is lacking. And I'm thinking, you are not the person they want to listen to a Taylor Swift album. You are the person they want you to buy the album for your granddaughter, because your daughter is too old. So what are you doing? Why do you have an opinion on Taylor Swift? It just makes no sense. Frank is making comments, but where is he? Why is he not on Twitch? Paul Rudd is probably never going to die. I agree with that. He looks the same. My buddy Paul. So anyway, so there is my political statement for the day. Shut up if you are over like 18 years old or 17 years old. Shut up about the new Taylor Swift album and what you think it means and what it means for blah 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 blah. Shut up. Honestly, I think that it is because there is nothing that stands out music-wise these days. Then go find something. There's a billion underground bands. There's a million other things, and you shouldn't. As a 50-something-year-old white male, you should not be listening to Taylor Swift. Anyway, it's creepy. Find something else. You know what I'm saying? I never listened to Britney Spears. I stared at her a lot. Waited for her to get to 18 so I could date her. But I never said, oh, well, oops, I did it again. This is really about blah, 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 blah. This, she should have said this. Shut up. Why is Frank messing but not on Twitch? Come on. Yeah, no, that's what I just said. I said, I'm on Twitch. Like, what are you doing? I hear you. I'm 41. I know about it, though, because it is all over TikTok. Right, because you're following a bunch of underage girls, and you should be ashamed of yourself. There's Mr. Frank. Where the hell have you been? Hopefully people are still getting their messages. I just got a thing from TikTok. Every now and then it's like, oh, you haven't been on these like 41. You haven't looked at these 41 people in a long time, so we're just gonna basically put them all on hold. And I'm like, no, I literally was on like 2 of these this morning. Like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, no, don't do that. But then I get a ton of crap ones that I don't want to watch. That one Frank just gave me, the over large boob lady. I watched that one, except I get bored. I'm like, I'm just gonna mute this. And then I watched the. There's always one. I always find the new one of some dude walking on the beaches in Brazil, and those are great. And he like walks for like 2 hours or 3 hours, and then they shut him down, and then I got to find another one. I just got my notification from an irate old man. Yeah, me. Amanda Ward in the house. You can send me the large boob lady if you want. Mr. Frank knows her name. Janelle, Jonell, something like that. Giving some shout outs here. I'm an ass man myself, but. So I had a great writing weekend. Me and Tom, Saturday, despite him being sick, despite me being sick, we each knocked off, no, not the egg and I. Yeah, watch that one. Me and Tom both wrote 2 chapters of our new book, and I think we have 4 chapters left. But yesterday, Tom was not feeling it. He wrote like a paragraph, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write Down and Dirty 2 until I'm just gonna pop in and out on Tom. I know he hates that. I'm gonna pop in and out and see if he gets some writing in. And then nope, he's not written yet. Okay, I'm gonna write, and I ended up writing like 3,400, 3,500 words. I think I got like 5 sprints in yesterday on Down and Dirty 2. So I think I broke 25,000 on that book, which is nice. That is awesome. I thought you said you were gonna say he writes like he does. He writes like a sexy chick. So, but yeah. So that was So I had a good weekend writing. Finally, no, not an underage girl. Calm down. I wrote a paragraph, went to sleep, woke up, almost made it to the computer, then went to sleep again. That's what it looked like. Every now and then, I would jump on there, and there's a red T in the corner, which means Tom is on the document live. And I would see it, and I'd be like, all right, well, come on, Tom. Come on, you got this. And then it would like fade, which means he was on, but he hasn't done anything. And then it would just disappear. Then I need to follow him on TikTok. Tom is never on TikTok. I need to put some TikToks up, though. Actually, I got a couple of packages I haven't unpacked from AuthorCon yet. I still got my 3 crates of books just sitting in the dining room. My wife's like, "Are we gonna put these away?" I said, "Hey, Can I not be sick first? I'll probably do it today. I had a couple of packages. I put the packages together, but I'm like, I'm not leaving the house. Not going to happen. I'm glad I put out the MondoCon email on Saturday. I was like, I gotta do this, or then I'm going to forget, and everybody's going to be like, hey, am I invited? 10 people were invited. 10. Nick Zinn, though, who's currently under the knife at the dentist, he paid the $75 entry fee. So he's in. He claimed the, even though there will be a spot on the couch if he wants it, he claimed the air mattress again. Still have my books in the boxes. Don't see me doing anything with those soon. Oh, well, I have a event. I have a signing on Saturday. So really, if nothing else, I just got to pull the handful of books I'm going to take to that. But my wife is going to get mad if I just leave these crates and everything else. Did anyone mention to Nick that dentists don't use knives? I told him if he has a scar near where his lung or kidney used to be, he should maybe ask some questions. Mr. Frank also has a signing on Saturday. All right, well, let's see who sells more books. I would imagine you will. Make sure to get an extension cord so I can plug in my Tesla. I did ride a Tesla into Down and Dirty too, and then I was like, oh shit, do they have keys? Like, let me message Tom, wake him up and say, what's the deal with this Tesla key thing? Because I'm not looking that stuff up online. Because you look up Tesla online and guess what happens? You start seeing 5,000 ads for Teslas. If you rent a Tesla and drive down here, Tom, you are on your own. You're gonna have to park up at the Winn-Dixie. They actually have charging stations up there. Then I'll pick you up from there. There are a lot of cyber trucks in my town. Weren't they recalled or something? I just saw something like somebody in town here in Jacksonville said there was some kind of issue with them or something. Start drinking soy milk. Yeah, with his hummus and his avocado toast. I don't know, they look like the fucking thing the Mary's riding in Alien. Yeah, exactly. Just driving a yeah, that's the funny part. Like when Hummers, when those little, what were they, the H3s, when those little tiny Hummers came out, I thought, that looks ridiculous. I've also been in one and they're very uncomfortable. It's like a Jeep is uncomfortable. A Hummer is like more, like, let's make a Jeep bigger, a gas guzzler, and way more uncomfortable. Yeah. But let's do the tiny one now. So basically you can only have like five bags of groceries when you go to Target. And it also costs you about $106 in gas to drive there. Cybertrucks come bulletproof standard, which is great if you live in the hood. Or Sayreville, New Jersey. Either way. I can't see me owning one of those when I live in Callahan soon. Probably not going to happen. So I've been on for over 30 minutes. I haven't written a single word. This day is delightful so far. I'm drinking coffee, though, so. Don't do me, bro. I'll dox the hell out of you, buddy. I did on Saturday, because my wife was gone all day at her mom's. And a lot of Sunday. I did try to find a couple of documentaries. I couldn't find a good documentary to watch. But don't people film documentaries anymore? Come on. We need some more good documentaries. I want to write something. I don't know what. Have you watched The Jinx? That's with that dude who admitted he killed somebody? No. But I see there's a second part out now, or coming out. Now all the Catcoin fanatics are going to show up there. Robert Durst. Yeah, I've not seen that. I've seen a thing on it. The problem with a lot of those true crime ones and different ones like that and scam ones is I've probably seen it like 3 or 4 times on an investigation discovery show, or if it's a scam one, I've seen it on American Greed. So they're just giving the same information over and over and over with a different twist. I want something different. You know what I'm saying? If you go, hey, we're going to do this one about serial killers, I don't want Ted Bundy. I don't want Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, I don't want BTK. I don't want the Green River blend killer. I want some people I haven't heard of. You know, that's what I want to see. I want serial killers that I'm like, I've never heard of this guy. He's killed 18 people? I've never heard of him. That's what I want. I gotta write something. I gotta write at least a line here. I mean, come on. I've been watching this doc about these people who work at a paper company in Pennsylvania. Is the paper company Dunder Mifflin? I think I've seen that. I think I've seen parts of that. Just for some reason, it just told me, he just welcomed me to the chat room. Okay. I thought I was in the chat room. I mean, it's my chat room. I have to get back to work. It was good seeing you, man. I will keep an eye out for your show Wednesday. Perfect. I might be on tomorrow as well, but definitely will be on Wednesday. Pretty sure one of the salesmen is going to bung the receptionist. I think it's that Dwight guy. He's a good salesman. Look at Mr. Frank being cool. L number 8R. Nice. Nice. Peter Marsh, everybody. Peter Marsh. Peter Marsh, who will be at MondoCon in August. Marushka 1060 says hello. Hello back. Been reading American Prometheus about Oppenheimer. It's only about 5,000 pages. Yeah, I can't commit to that kind of book. I just can't. I can't do it. Just too much. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope all your dreams came true. What is wrong with this? Something wrong with my controller. Miss Frank says I watched a bunch of the Food That Built America. As did we. We watched the last couple of episodes, which were about food items. We had seen the Tootsie Roll one. My wife is not a fan of Tootsie Rolls. Then we watched the one about something, and then another one about something. Those were good. And back. 3 cavities and my mouth is a mess. It's all that cheese. Stop eating all that sugary cheese. I got to Dunkin' and Starbucks. Oh, you are way behind, my friend. We're watching the new season. I can't even remember what the new season is. What the hell did we watch? Now this is going to bother me. This is bothering me now. I can see the people who invented the food things, but I can't see the food in my mind. Don't trust anything Nick says. He's all high on the nitrous. Yeah. Later we're going to be like, yeah, so how are those cavities? Like, I don't got any cavities. I guess Hulu only has up to the previous season. Ah. It was one about cereal. That's all I remember. Somebody invented cereal. But it was like another, they had already invented cornflakes on a previous season. Now they were like sugary cereals or something. I said to my wife, though, this is what I want to know. Mother effer who invented Kashi. That guy, I want to know where he lives. Good luck for your project. Well, thank you. Good luck to you as well. Never give me cheese or give me liberty. You can't have both, though. No Fruity Pebbles. No, they talked about Cheerios, and then they talked about Frosted Flakes. every time they were talking about a cereal, I was like, Count Chocula. It's got to be about Count Chocula. My wife was like, shut up. Dude was all, I'm going to flatten Rice Krispies and jam them full of sugar. Pretty much. No Cocoa Puffs either. I mean, they show a lot of the different various cereals, but, it's pretty basic. I mean, these are like the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s cereal people. You big fan of Rice Kristins? I knew a girl named Kristen. That's a good story. The Kristen story is a good story. Maybe I'll tell that one someday. I mean, how many times are we going to rehash Post versus Kellogg's? Well, this was not Post versus. This was General Mills versus Kellogg's. Post was not featured in this episode at all. Oh yeah, Snap, Crackle, and Pop. That was also the invention of that. The guy was like, the cereal's talking. And the guy was like, oh, we can correct that. He's like, what are you, crazy? This is a selling point. I guess it was, right? I guess it was. I always hated Cheerios as a kid. My mother always bought Cheerios. In fact, she didn't buy Cheerios. She bought whatever the Pathmark or ShopRite equivalent of rip-off Cheerios was. So it wasn't even like, they just tasted like cardboard. And then when she wasn't looking, me and my brother would put scoops and scoops of sugar on top of it. It was the only way it was edible. Because then the best part is at the end, when all the Cheerios are gone, you just got a little bit of milk left, but you got that giant trench of sugar on the bottom, and then you just scoop and eat all that sugar. Best part. Tesla O's. Yeah, ShopRite hoops. Yeah, ShopRite always had. yeah. ShopRite ooze or something like that. Cover with honey. We couldn't afford honey. We were poor. We couldn't afford honey in our house. No frills circles. Yeah. The the Fruit Loops ones though weren't bad. The cheap Fruit Loops ones. But then every now and then my mother would get on this stupid thing where she would buy us kashi, which is basically little hard berries and twigs, and I think dried grass. And I'm like, what are we, like, I'm not eating this. I'll just starve. I'll just go to school hungry. This is disgusting. And you fill a bowl with it, right? You pour a gallon of milk in. Literally fill the whole bowl with a gallon of milk. By the time you put the empty gallon of milk container on the counter and turn around, the kashi has literally drained. The kashi is dry. There's no milk left in that bowl. There's a kashi dispenser in the higher model Teslas. I don't doubt that. That was, and my mother still to this day, I'll still say shit to her about it. And she's like, kashi's good. I'm like, no, kashi was gross. Kashi's gross. And I hope you didn't pay a lot for that grossness. Just awful. Kashi is the same stuff you buy to feed the goats at the petting zoo. Right. Chad Hoey, more than likely, has boxes and boxes of kashi in his house to feed his goats. And the goats are like, stop feeding us this garbage. The goats are like, I am not getting in pajamas for your YouTube channel if you keep feeding us this garbage. I would rather eat actual twigs and berries. They keep trying to soften it with their goat milk. I want a pet zygote. You can have anything you want. I think Sayreville it's legal too to own them. On this side of town, I read an article today that they want to open up a Whataburger. And as usual, people are protesting it. They don't want a Whataburger. They don't want another burger. There's too many burger places around. Too much fast food. And the same lady every time says, we need a Whole Foods over here. And then somebody else says, as I keep saying to you, Whole Foods has made an assessment and they don't think they can make enough money and have enough traffic on this side of town, considering this side of town is fast food. Not Whole Foods. Oh, let's put a Trader Joe's in. And then we'll put in a store where all the hillbilly wives over here can all buy yoga pants to go to Trader Joe's on a Saturday morning. Yeah, too much fast food isn't exactly. The town Palm Coast where I did a book signing like 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. It's not a huge town, but they have 5 or 6 McDonald's in that town. Like every 3 or 4 miles, there's another McDonald's. You know why? Because that's what the people are eating. There's no Trader Joe's. There's no Whole Foods there. Because people know what they're going to spend money. And guess what? When they don't spend money, they close those places. Those places don't normally close. Very rarely do you see, oh, that used to be a Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? Very rarely. If the Taco Bell closes, it's a rent issue, or there was construction. There's something other than people didn't come in to buy friggin' chalupas. You know what I'm saying? And here's my thing. I want and don't want a Whataburger on this side of town. Because I feel like I would eat there constantly all the time and just blow my diet. I do really fancy Whataburger. I'm a Whataburger fancier. Whole Foods sucks. Trader Joe's is pretty good though. They both suck. And the only good thing is the MILFs in yoga pants. It's literally the only good thing about it. It's all overpriced. It's all yuppie garbage. I'm sure the whole back end of the store is just electric plug-ins for all the mom's Teslas. Opening Jumbo Jim's House of Cheese. I hope that's a real thing. I hope somewhere in the world is a Jumbo Jim's House of Cheese. I'm not sure how Jacksonville, Florida would take to that, though. Although we do like our cheese, our various cheeses. That might work. Whew. I'm getting tired. I've written 30 words. I think I've written over 100 words, so I don't want to push myself. Not pushing you, Tom, but when you get this chapter done. So here's the problem, Tom. When you get this chapter done, I already know the next chapter. I could write it right now, but I want to wait and see what you're going to write, because maybe things will change. Who knows? But then you got to write the next chapter, and it's got to wrap up something. And then I'm writing the last chapter. So there you go. We stopped in Virginia on the way back at a place called the Great Makipongo Clam Shack. Amazing seafood for cheap. Excellent advice. Not advice, advise. I'm just advising. I'm just here to advise. I think I'm going to wrap this up. Advise, like Pretty Boy Floyd's. I have no idea how many people came on. It could have been, right now it says 4. Could have been 4. Could have been 4 million people that popped in today. Anybody who popped in today, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching me write 100 words or less today in an hour. Probably not good. I'm going to go read some more of Anna O. Probably take a nap, to be honest, and then I'll maybe get some more writing in later. Who can say? I might see you tomorrow, but I don't know. But I definitely will see you on Wednesday. Bye, Nick. Hope you feel better. More than I was able to write today. Well, there you go. That's my goal. My goal is to always to be able to write more than Frank Edler. Always a win. Every day for me is a win, apparently. All right. Talk to you guys later. And stop talking about the Taylor Swift album unless you're a teenager.